crunch, and it resists against itself. That's the crucial thing. This is a soft builder's sand, and you can hear very minimal crunch. But crucially, this is made up of generally rounded grains that are all the same size, so it's mono size. So that with cement, the compressive strength of the mortar is delivered by the cement. So you could mix anything with it really, and it would still have compressive strength. But a crucial factor in the compressive strength of a lime mortar is the aggregate and the range of size, so that itself has some compressive power, if you like, in itself, whether the lime was there or not. And it's well graded, so you get a matrix that is structural in a sense. The lime is there to bind it together, but it also has some capacity itself. This has really no capacity. As you know, you're running on the beach, you just sink into it. I don't know any other country actually, other than Britain, where this is used so commonly. Most countries where people are still where they're using cement, they will still use sharp sands. And it's actually one of the hardest things getting builders in this country to change to using lime, is to get them to stop using this stuff. That's one of the hardest battles you have very often, because they don't think this doesn't feel right. It's too stiff. This just rolls, slides off of trowel because it's rolling off the trowel in effect, because it's made up of little balls, all tiny little balls.
Well, it's quick and easy, and it's easy for plastering. But the sharpness of the sand is good as well, because the grains interlock. And the other thing I'd just like to mention is the size of the joints very important in terms of selecting the right sand. So the sand grains need to be larger if you've got larger joints, and smaller if you've got smaller joints. So you start at different parameters.
Yeah.
And it's important that you don't have fine grained sand in a large joint, particularly with lime mortars. And there's a rule of thumb which I find very useful, which is that the larger size of aggregate should be approximately 1/3 the size of the mortar joint. So if you've got a 9mm mortar joint, you want minimum largest aggregate size of 3mm, maybe a little bit more. So it's a little rule of thumb to go by.
If we've got finer joints and we don't want this as coarse as this, we will sieve this rather than buying a finer sand typically.